People of Earth, how are you? My name is Al. Across the table from me is my good friend Joe. Hi, Joe.
Al, how are you? And good night, everybody.
Together we do a podcast.
Well, hello, everybody.
We do this podcast called Kinda Right. And here we are.
Again. Here we are again.
Pretending like people are listening. Actually, a couple people do listen. We're pretending that we're actually entertaining.
We are. But you know what? We really entertain ourselves. And that's really, if it wasn't entertaining for us, it gives us a chance to get together.
Yeah, no, it's entertaining.
On a regular basis.
Yeah.
And we get to have a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
And we get to, like, we honestly, there is not much that we don't talk about online. Well, I guess it is online.
Yeah, it's more online than it is on the air.
Like, there's very few things that are not, that Al and I would reserve for, not on the air.
Yeah.
We pretty much talk about everything. So it's it's very cathartic.
Sometimes.
And it's also, it forces us to hang out together, which is good, because if we didn't do this, we'd probably see each other once a month or something.
Well, yeah, or not even. Sometimes when I was working for you, there'd be times I didn't see you for a while.
Time goes by real fast, especially when you get older. It's like, I think I saw him a month ago, and you realize it's 6 months.
Right.
And then we're all gonna be dead.
Yeah, I know. Before you know it, you're 70. What the fuck?
Yeah. And your balls ache and shit like that.
I actually got my eyes on 70. I've been thinking about 70 a lot lately, that it would, don't die before you're 70, dude. You know what I mean?
Are you saying that to me?
No, to me.
Oh, well, no, please.
I got to ratchet it the fuck back, man. I still behave like a pirate.
Yeah,
in
but
spurts. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think you're going to die before you're 70.
Oh, man. I fucking hope not.
I got a guy.
That would suck.
One of the guys that's working for me. Are you highly stressed out?
No, I can be. I'm not. I get still stressed by my kid a little bit.
But I mean,
I get stressed by being around stressed people at work. Like today, you asked me how today was. It was boring. But from 3 o'clock till 5, I get to listen to two guys yell at each other with our door closed. You know what I mean? And it was fucking stressful.
Right. Right.
And these are two guys that like each other. And they were arguing the same point.
But you don't sit around and worry about, if I don't get $20 by tomorrow, I'm going to, you don't have this revolving door of fucking horror in your head.
No, and I have in recent past had that, but no. So I stress about money a little bit, but not much.
I got a guy working for me now, Eric.
Yeah.
And I took Eric. Eric's my age. He's like a year younger than me. He's 54.
Oh, he's all done.
And what do you mean he's all done? Fuck. What an asshole. He's all done.
Actually, they say guys in their mid-50s, that's your fucking strongest earning fucking potential.
Well, it's like your 40s through your 50s.
Yeah.
Starts in your 40s. And then like 45 to 55.
By the time you're our age, you're supposed to have it down. You know what I mean?
Because when you're 55, people are starting to look at you like, I don't know, maybe that's not true.
Well, technically, you're a fucking golden ager at 55. You know what I mean?
I know.
It's like, fuck.
Well, so he's got these patches, little round, like dime to nickel size patches. He's got a haircut like mine, which is like it's a shave down to the head.
Right.
Because he's missing hair too.
Yours is actually getting a little lengthy.
Yeah, I need a cut because you can tell. When I shave my head, I do it when I know that people can see that I've taken a nap. Because one side of my head's all flattened out and shit. He's got these little fucking patches, like 20 of them on his head with his fucking hair missing.
Yeah.
And I took him to the doctor. I'm like, have you ever seen this before? You know, he's asking me. And he's all fucking stressed out about just everything. Yeah. He's trying to get his license back, and they torture you over that.
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't just go in. You have to go to you have to see the hearings officer like 6 times. Oh, it's just so they don't make anything easy. And he's worried about money. He's worried about everything. He's worried about the things people, a lot of the people that I know are people that are not in great financial shape. Like Scott. Scott seems to be, I don't know how he keeps it together. You know what I mean? Because he seems to be fine, and I think he's worse off than I don't know. Maybe there's some fucking rain. Maybe there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
I don't know what to say, man. Some people are more stressed than others in similar situations.
Well, if I were like them, I'd be a mess.
You'd probably be balled up.
If I had to
under some sort of blanket,
like if I had to find
possibly
work,
you might be crying.
I'd probably just end it. Because to me, it ain't worth it.
You'll always find work, Joe.
No, it's not that. If I had to get up every morning and go and find some work to do, otherwise my existence is I'm not gonna eat. I'd fucking do myself in.
Yeah.
I couldn't live like that. It's horrible.
Yeah. I don't have that anymore because I have a steady job. Since I've gotten the job, I told myself to be stress-free. It's a goal of mine not to stress.
Well, believe it or not,
my goal is to not be stressed. The only one at work who's not stressed. That's my goal.
I'm very non-stressed in the sense of a continuous ball of stress, worrying about shit. There's not anything that I really worry too much about. You know what? The biggest thing I worry about is keeping these 2 assholes busy.
Well, yeah. Well, that can get stressful.
Because I'm trying to keep, I'm trying to get a foundation in. My foundation guy's in Florida. He's coming back Monday. Every night next week is going to be, let me see if I'm lying, but like I saw 9 degrees, and every day is going to be below freezing. So if I dig a perfect fucking hole, I don't even think they can set up and pour on top of. They can't pour on frozen ground.
Right.
So, but I want to get this foundation in too, so that we got something. I got to have something for the spring here, along with the house that I'm just carrying over. And it's partially my fault because I'm a fucking huge procrastinator. But
you have one near completion, you say?
I have one done.
And just sitting there unlisted?
It's listed, but it's I haven't changed it in like 6 months. It's the house that was more done
before the other lady took.
Yeah, and then the other lady took over. And but this one's done. It was almost done anyway. The problem is I needed to get the whole place straightened out. And now, I had to get her in. She got in at the end of October. So now I'm in prime non-selling season.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I had to spend all the time finishing her house. But now I've got everything's done. There's a driveway in. It's the first coat, but the grass is in. Dan was the last person. What I did was, this cost me about a month. I dug up the electric line. I told you that, right?
By mistake?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was digging around looking for fucking boulders because I had to make a stone wall. Well, I found boulders, and I also found the electric line. Tore that right up out of the ground. So that cost me a month because, the electrician was really busy. And then he came down, and we put we fixed the conduit. I backfilled everything. Then we put the yard down. He was coming back like, a week and a half from when we fixed the conduit. And then there was another fucking broken part of the line, which I said, you got to be fucking kidding me, which happened to be underneath where the new lawn is. But fortunately, nothing is, everything is what do they call it when the yard it ain't growing? It's dormant.
Dormant, there you go.
Thank you, dormant. So we were able to roll that up, dig it, find the new fucking... So it took a month, maybe longer, 5 weeks to get fucking power back on, which means heat and running water because we got well, and that means Dan can't finish. So Dan's in there. Dan will be done this week. The house is 100% done, and I'm going to send the boys back to... just clean the fucker.
Yeah.
And then I'll fuck around with the price a little bit because I haven't touched the price. And what happens is, in MLS, you people out there selling a house, here's a good little tip for you. Anytime you change the price, even if it's for $1, if you're listed with MLS, then everybody that's on the system, on the MLS system, or at least this is how it works here, gets an email saying price change. So the way to keep your house in the back of people's minds is to lower the price by $10 a week. And that, and it really does generate fresh interest.
Right.
I haven't touched the price since I listed it with Jim because it wasn't worth showing. You know what I mean? I didn't think anybody would pay that amount that the woman paid next door. And I'm glad she did, but I'm trying to be a nice guy by not, because I could sell it for $500 tomorrow. I don't care, but I don't want to do that to her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to keep it at $550, $545. I might even up it. I might even go $550, $4.9 or something.
Yeah, whatever you do, it's going to get noticed. So,
and then see what happens.
up at like 20, and then back it by $1,000 or $2 a week.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, because the house next to it went for $600, and they're not
Right.
going to know whether, that there was all kinds of custom shit put in it.
Right.
And quite frankly, I'm not going to put that on the air. But it's, yeah. So I got to get that sold. There's a lot of money sitting there. And then I got these 2 lots. And I got a couple more that I'm looking at. And we'll be off and running.
Here you go, man. So to answer your question, I don't think I'm that stressed.
No, and I'm not either. And that's stress is what will kill you.
Right. Yeah, I know.
Faster than anything else. And this guy Eric,
That's why
who works
I try
for
to
me,
remain calm about everything.
went to the doctor, and his fucking hair's falling out of little round patches. Looks like I almost said, I was going to make him wear like a fucking couple plastic bags before he got into my truck, and make him wear a fucking respirator so I'm not breathing whatever he's got.
He should just shave his head. It'll be fine.
His head's pretty much shaved. That's the point.
Yeah.
The little parts where there was a little bit of hair, now there's none.
Yeah.
But he came out, and the doctor says, yeah.
Happens.
Doctor says it's totally stress.
Oh, wow. That sucks. Poor guy.
Yeah, and it just, hey.
See, I dealt with massive stress by eating, drinking, and sleeping, and that's it. I did that for a while.
Say that again. I was reading on...
The way I dealt with stress was to eat, drink, and sleep. Mostly sleep.
I can't...
I went to sleep for a couple of years.
I was fucking hungover Wednesday morning.
Oh, really?
Well, I had 5 of these, and these are like, these are the real deal, and I had 3 of them. Got any of those cold? Yeah. I had 3 of those Fireballs and little shots. I was fucking hungover. That's like 8 That's 8 real drinks.
Yeah.
So I'm not having 3 of these.
You're not used to it.
No,
Used
I don't. This 5% alcohol shit. I'm used to that. What's the beer? The Bud 55 Select. It's got 2.4% alcohol, not 5% like this Mike's Hard Lemonade. But I can't drink beer anymore.
Before you switch to that, you would. I swear there was some 5-30-pack weeks over here. You know what I mean?
Oh, we did some serious beer damage.
Yes.
I mean,
tremendous amounts
serious
of fucking beer.
But I think that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I like the nights where 2 30-packs got consumed. And we're looking for someone to call to go get us more beer.
Right. Miller High Life Light.
Yeah, I still like that. I still get that once in a while. I like that shit. It's good.
I think I drank that for
Probably 5 years or something. 5 or 6 years.
Man, I think it was more than that. Bet it was 10.
I still get it once in a while. I enjoy.
Bet the guy down the street was all fucked up when I bet he's all fucked up now because I was the only one buying Miller High Life Light.
Someone else was buying it there though.
Yeah, they
in
had
the summer.
They might.
They were
at
getting a lot of it.
They had 10 30-packs.
They
at one
still
time.
they still have all. You can get a 6-pack of cans, a 6-pack of bottles. You can get an 18-pack and you can get a 30-pack. That Jamie's in Carver has nothing. You can't get any Miller High Life Light. It's like the one downfall of that store. I actually like that store again. It's hard to find it. Not everyone has it. So, but your boy, the terrorist over there, he keeps it in stock still.
This, I was reading this. Do you know who Anna Navarro is?
Not offhand.
I'm
man.
embarrassed that I actually know who this person is. She is supposedly a Republican, okay? Yeah. But she's just a nasty... I mean, she's on all the shows where they have fucking 6 boxes with a head in it and everybody's screaming at each other.
They're all talking at the same time.
But she's just... There's something about her that rubs me the wrong way. She's just a nasty fucking know-it-all. Like, she's never been wrong ever.
Right.
You know what I mean? Some of these people go, every once in a while go, you know, you got a point there. Not her.
Right.
Well, I was reading this headline. She was filing her nails while one of the guests discussed murder by illegal aliens. Oh, and she's a spick, too. Is spick an offensive word to Spanish people?
It totally is.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, she's a horrible...
It's meant to offend. And
Is it?
yeah. And
Because I don't want MS-13 showing up at the house.
well,
But I don't know what she is.
good news for you.
She's a fat, ugly... I mean, maybe that's what bothers me is that she's fat and gross, and I think she's got this idea that maybe she's hot. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, look at her.
She's just a pig. I mean, she looks like a fucking piñata. You ought to hang her from a tree by her neck and just beat her until the candy comes out of her ass.
So it's a fat spick named Anna who needs to be beat like a fucking Hispanic piñata.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
I'm not going to... I apologize to all our Spanish speaking. She's not a spick. She's Hispanic of some sort.
Yeah.
And she's not stupid. She's just fucking annoying and never wrong. And is awful. You know, it's just...
I haven't seen her
just
in
an
a while.
awful person.
I don't remember having
They
an opinion
fired her
about
from CNN. I don't even know why she's back on, but because she was so horrible. But
Anna with one N, huh?
But that's why you can't really... That's why I don't watch any of this shit anymore. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, I don't watch any of it right now. Just because the boss has everything in fucking order. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
The greatest president in the history of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump, has it under control.
I'm telling you, for those of you who are in their 30s, 40s right now, you'll live long enough where they'll look back, kind of like when Reagan was in office. I was in college, so that's more like 20s. But you'll be old enough, because when you're 70, you'll be old enough to look back, and I guarantee you that historians will look back on the Trump administration as one of the greatest administrations that got more done and that changed the direction of this country from going off the fucking rails.
Yeah.
And I'm serious about that, because the thing it takes, you don't want a Trump in the White House every 4 years or continuously. But every now and again, you need a guy that'll come in there. They were talking about there was a president 100 years ago who was they say Trump is like, and they were glad that there hasn't been one since. But and when I say they, I don't even know who the fuck I'm talking about. I was listening to NPR on the radio in the truck, because that's the only news that I pay attention to, except for Real Clear Politics, which is just a news aggregate site, and the Drudge Report, which again is a news aggregate site. And they were talking about some president 100 years ago that came in. He didn't give a fuck about what anybody thought. He did whatever he wanted. And
the guy right after Wilson?
But he was effective. He was... The thing that people don't get is Trump is wildly effective. Trump has changed... The economy, the stock market went up to 26,000, 27,000 because Trump decimated a lot of the regulation. And these aren't regulations so that you, when I say you folks out there that, you know, so the air's dirty and you're drinking piss. We're talking about crazy regulations where, and I don't even think they've touched on shit like this, where there's a fucking snake or a turtle or something that's, you know, some endangered species that's, you know, some fucking three-headed tarantula. And some developer can't build 1,000 fucking houses because there's 3 of these tarantulas have been seen.
Right.
And it's, when you think about it, it's craziness. It's craziness to do this. I mean, it's people first. It's people first and the United States first. Until we have a world government, you have to put your country first. You can't put your country second, can you? If you put your own country second, you're just going to fuck yourself.
Now listen, 100 years ago, all these guys were fucking lifetime politicians. Every one of them graduated from some other political job into. So I don't know if you're talking about. Certainly not talking about Grover Cleveland or even Teddy Roosevelt. Are you talking about Warren G. Harding, who
I don't know.
came right after Woodrow Wilson?
I won't even know the name. I won't know the name. What I'm telling you is there was some Trump-like president. Who knows? Maybe they were saying Andrew Jackson.
Maybe it was before them. No, Andrew Jackson was a soldier. Oh, you said 100 years ago, so it could be any of these early guys. All right.
I don't know. Maybe it was 150 years ago.
Yeah, all right.
I don't know.
I'm just looking for one of them.
But every
who
once in a
wasn't.
while, as disgusting it is to some of these fucking left-wing lunatics, you need a Trump. And Trump, I love the people that go, oh, he's losing it. He doesn't. His speech the other night, which I watched post-speech, unedited, on YouTube. And I did not watch the Democratic response because watching those two is like listening to fucking fingernails being dragged down a chalkboard.
Right.
Trump's speech was fabulous.
Was
Did
it?
you see it?
No. And it was probably
Trump's speech was
should've seen
fucking
it.
fabulous.
Was it? The Oval Office one?
Yeah. Even Lindsey Graham.
Lindsey Graham wants him to declare a state of emergency. Lindsey Graham's helping old Trumpy right now.
Here's the deal. Trump is going to get his wall. This is what these Pelosi and Schumer don't understand about Trump. Trump is going to get his wall. He will never, ever fucking cave in. They're going to be, Pelosi and Schumer will be getting fucking death threats and bags of shit mailed to their homes. And he will never cave in. Because as much as they say it's his fault, it's their fault. Schumer won't allow the votes to go through in the Senate. And now I don't know whether this bill has to go back to the House again. I guess it does if anything changes on it. And they're not sending a bill that Trump will sign. So Trump says, we need a border wall. And there's more shit in there other than the border wall. There's technology and shit, but there's like 230 miles that has to have fucking wall.
Yeah.
And here's the crazy thing about it. Schumer was going to vote in 2006 to spend $25 million on new border wall. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just Schumer doesn't want to give Trump anything.
Right.
You know, it's a game. And Trump's like, I'll fucking sit here with a big smile on my face. He'll be eating fucking Cheetos on his bed, watching TV, laughing as Nancy Pelosi melts and Chuck Schumer jumps up and down. And he's not going to fucking bend.
Right.
You don't understand the guy. You just don't get it. You haven't run into somebody. It's very hard to define, because they did a lot of this, like during the election. I like because Trump tells the truth. Trump tells it like it is. Well, no, he really doesn't. He tells you what you want to hear. He speaks in a way that people like. Is he 100% honest? No. Does he embellish and hyperbolize to the point of lying? Probably.
Isn't he like basically the ultimate salesman at the end of the day?
Here's the thing that they don't understand about Trump. When Trump wants something, he will let you fucking die before he's going to back off.
Right.
And that's the way he's been in business. And that's the part of Trump that I saw. He's not a politician. He doesn't give a fuck if everyone in the country calls him a fucking cunt. Right. He's getting the money for the border wall. And if they don't give it to him, he'll pull. He just doesn't want to pull the national emergencies thing because he wants to see Schumer and Pelosi lose.
Yeah. And
I know Nancy listens to us. You're going to lose, Nancy.
That's who listens in San Jose all the time.
Give Trump, you might as well just give it to him. And now Chuck's in a real bind because he said, he got up and just declared that he will never get his border wall. Never.
Right.
And you know what, Chuck? He'll do it over your dead fucking body. And that's the thing they don't get about Trump. Oh, he'll cave in sooner or later. No, he won't. This will be fucking 50 days with nobody getting paid.
Yeah.
And believe me, they call the congressman, you can call the president of the United States, call the White House and say, Trump's a cunt. They don't give a fuck. But your congressman is getting voted every 2 years.
Right.
I guarantee you there's some fucking... And we're talking about $6 billion here. I know $6 billion is a lot of money,
For a person?
For a person, it's a lot of money, but for our government, I mean, that's 12 F-35 fucking fighters. You know what I mean?
Don't we pay like way more than that in interest every other fucking hour?
Yeah, like every 3 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, it's $6 billion is a fart out of a dead man. Give him the fucking money.
Right.
It's not a lot. It's not a lot of money in the grand scheme of things. It's just give it to him. But they want to do a stare down with Trump, and they've made a huge mistake, and they're going to look like fools. I guarantee you, they're going to cave, and they're going to give him the money, because he ain't fucking backing down. So that's the thing on Trump. That's the thing I know about Trump, just from being a casual. When I was younger, when I was in my 20s, you know, I read The Art of the Deal when it came out. We're talking, 87 or something like that. I thought Trump was because the guy would just, he would not back down. Guy does not back down.
Right.
He fucking fights. And, but then then it just, you have kids and you got other things to think about. And you're like, well, but I kept, you keep a casual eye. Look, something Trump in the news, and you'd pay attention.
Right.
And the thing about Trump is that when he wants something, he ain't backing down. So,
especially
you can continue to melt, Nancy.
Especially if you're a fine porn bitch with huge tits. If he wants you, he's gonna get you.
He fucked her, and he paid her $130,000 to shut up, and she broke the non-disclosure agreement, and now she's on the hook for $300,000 or $400,000 in legal fees.
Yep.
So Trump fucked her, and now she's got to pay him.
Yep.
Is that a loser?
Yeah, she's not. I don't think it went exactly the way she envisioned it going.
Is that a loser?
Yeah.
The lawyer there, isn't he in fucking jail or something?
Oh yeah.
What happened to her lawyer there? The
Avenatti?
Avenatti,
Something. Oh no! What happened to him is he
beat his wife.
Beat his wife or something. They were actually starting to make noise about him maybe being a
presidential contender.
I mean, well, you know who went and did that? That that operative guy there. Who's the fucking
Roger Stone?
Yeah, Roger Stone.
Of course he did.
Made Michael Avenatti's life
you noticed that Mueller,
awful in about 10 seconds flat.
Have you noticed Mueller hasn't fucked with Roger Stone much at all? No. I believe that it's like known. Don't fuck with Stone. Yeah. He's got something on you.
Right. And he'll be more than happy to just make the fucking call, man.
He's just going to, unload.
Yeah, Michael Avenatti's fucking...
Yeah, so I believe Mike is pretty much all done.
He's all done.
His client... the thing about Trump, though, is he'll probably just say, fuck it, leave her alone.
Yeah.
One of the things that when you read if you ever read The Art of the Deal is that Trump loves a fight. Loves it.
Yeah.
Once he wins, though, he doesn't really doesn't get all hopped up about it, No,
he goes on to looking for the next fight.
No, and if you were really a good competitor, he hires you.
Right.
That's the thing that was so funny about it.
Yeah.
It's like, he doesn't get all mad, and he'll say awful things about you in the press and fucking torture you, and like Lindsey Graham, give your cell phone number out to the fucking public.
They get along great now, though. Lindsey's gonna end up working for him, by the way.
Lindsey was crying. Remember, Lindsey was crying.
Yeah. Lindsey's gonna end up on the cabinet. I have a feeling before the end of the old term.
I don't know why they don't. I always think that these people must be way smarter than me. That's one of my downfalls.
Yeah.
Is I think that, look, these guys are, they're just in the know because they must know. They didn't read the book.
Yeah.
You got to read if you read the fucking Art of the Deal, you'll understand Trump.
Right.
And maybe you just don't believe it. Maybe you don't believe that there's a guy like that. Maybe you think that's all hyperbole. But there's shit in that book.
I'm telling you right now,
and I only read it once,
there's
by the way.
No way Nancy Pelosi or Chuck Schumer have read that book.
They just haven't. They don't get it. I mean, as soon as
I wonder if Hillary read it.
they won the House, he's like, we'll get Nancy Republican votes. She deserves to be. There's nothing. It's all strategy, and it's all tactics, and it's all about getting. It's the end game. It's about getting what he wants.
Yeah.
There's nothing personal. He's not really upset. He's not crazy.
No.
It's about winning.
So much winning, as a matter of fact.
And when
winning.
when you think that he is these people that still say he's a dumbfounded fool, he became fucking president.
Right.
They showed a bunch of clips.
Would he hypnotize everybody?
They showed a bunch of clips of all the people along the way. Well, you know, Trump might be the nominee, and the whole panel's laughing. That'll never happen. And then he won the nomination, and it's like, well, Trump might be president. Fucking laughing. Well, there he is, president.
I mean,
with a miserable fucking whore traveling around the world, trying to find someone to blame other than herself.
I don't remember if we talked about it or not since you've been back, but
one more of them little ones there.
Apparently the old Bill and Hillary tour never really gained much steam.
Well, I had mentioned something about like I had read something where, you know, they were in an auditorium and like they weren't selling tickets and they kept fucking moving the big huge curtains in,
right,
so you couldn't see all the empty seats.
Right.
Because instead of 20,000 people showing up, like fucking 500 showed up. And they were like giving the tickets away.
Right.
You know, trying to get bums in the fucking outer seats just to have people, you know, printing up cardboard cutouts of people.
I wonder if it's fucking canceled. I don't think it would. No, it was going to have a short run anyway, but
It was only like
7 appearances.
No, like I want to say 13 to 20.
Wow.
But the thing is, they're all done. I believe they're all done.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both in their 70s. It's all over.
Right.
I mean, she didn't become president. She lost twice. She's a loser. And, you know, when Bill isn't a loser.
Right.
And I dare say that, you know, if she had just become senator and then just fucking retired, Bill would have been the elder statesman that he wanted to be.
Right.
But not only did she lose this time, and Bill didn't do himself any favors when he tried to help her beat Obama either.
Right.
You know, Bill said to like Ted Kennedy, you know, that guy would have been getting our coffee a week ago or something like that. But when you got a guy like Trump who will bring in all of the women and put them on a panel and give them seats right at the debate next to Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
And she destroyed her own husband's. You know, maybe, well, he was fucking Monica, and now she fucked her own husband over.
Yeah.
She got her back, but Bill is no longer the elder statesman.
Which brings us to the point when we've discussed this before. We know that Hillary is in deep, agonizing, tortured pain every day of her life.
Oh,
and it's wonderful.
Hopefully.
But do you think that old Bill is tortured?
No.
No, good.
I really don't.
I hope not.
I think Bill became president.
Yeah.
He's got nothing to prove. I think that he would have liked to. You know what happened is Trump got caught with the grabbing the pussy thing, okay, and that was before, I believe, the last debate. So Trump said, "Well, time to go on some serious offense." And this was Steve Bannon's idea, actually. He brought in Juanita Broderick, Paula Jones, Jennifer Flowers, and there was 4 of them. Brought them all to the debate, did a press conference, and had them seated with Bill Clinton looking fucking horrified. So she couldn't say a thing about Trump and the grabbing pussy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Couldn't say a thing about it. And then the Me Too movement came along, and a lot of women, this reminded a lot of women, because Bill Clinton got a total fucking pass by all of the feminists.
He totally did.
I mean, we're
not even talking about Monica. We're talking about Paula Jones.
Oh, we're talking about somebody.
Jennifer Flowers.
He fucking raped a woman. This woman's not lying.
He raped like 3 women.
Well, yes, but we know that Bill Clinton has raped one woman, and her name is Juanita Broderick, and Juanita Broderick never wanted to become public. This is why she's so believable, because they got a hold when Paula Jones was going after Bill Clinton for damages, and I forget. I don't even know whether it was defamation or whatever. They found out about Juanita Broderick. That was in, and they forced her to testify because she didn't want anything to do with this. And once that cat was out of the bag, you know. But none of these fucking feminists did anything. But now we got the Me Too thing, and I think this is a good movement. It's a little bit of overkill, a little bit of. I don't like the no due process thing, because I certainly wouldn't want to be caught up in that.
Right.
You know, you kind of have to be. You have to, you know. Okay, you said the guy raped you, but we're going to take your word, you know. Look, we're going to charge him. But we have to do it. We have to do this legally. He has a right to due process.
Yeah.
Even if he's a scumbag. So the lack of due process bothers me a little bit, but I don't know. One of the hardest, I mean, what an awful thing for a woman. If you're a woman and you get raped, you have to come forward and say, this guy raped me, and you have to live the thing over and over again, because the guy has a right to a defense, and this is such a, how do I say it? It's such a sensitive, I mean, he raped you. I mean, he had sex with you without your permission. Right. I mean, how much more delicate or sensitive can you get? You know, it's one of the most. It's an awful thing to actually force. I can't imagine. I could never do. I couldn't rape somebody. If they held a gun to my head and said, "You have to rape this person," I couldn't do it.
Right.
I don't. You know, nothing's gonna work. I can't like forcibly force a woman to. I mean, it's just nothing. There's nothing in. Having a woman want you to have sex with her is the reason. That's for most men, I believe, that's the motivation.
Right.
Not forcing yourself on a woman. So I don't know. What were we talking about? I'm drifting around.
Well, we were talking about Donald Trump, how he never lets go, and I asked you. I basically asked you if you thought Bill Clinton was as miserable as his wife is, obviously.
I think Bill Clinton has a great time.
Bill
Clinton is a genuinely upbeat guy. He genuinely loves people.
Yeah.
One of the things Bill Clinton genuinely... Here's the thing about Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton, like, has one of the greatest memories ever. Bill is a wild, probably this out of all the living presidents, the most intelligent president.
Well, he's
going.
He's up there.
He's certainly smarter than
He
W.
was literally a Rhodes Scholar.
Bill Clinton remembers like things like the limo driver.
Yeah.
Remembers the guy's name and sees him again and says, "Hey, buddy," or "Eddie, how you doing?" You know, that's Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton loved being a politician. Bill Clinton's Achilles heel was that he couldn't keep his dick in his pants.
Right.
Bill Clinton was I don't want to say he was a great politician because he wanted to win. You know, I don't think, although, you know, you can say this about Trump, but although you really can't, because Trump has had, I remember when Japan was taking over the world back in the 80s, like Japan, the Japanese bought Rockefeller Center, and Trump was on television in the 80s saying, we are getting fucking ripped off by Japan. They're sending in these cars. They blah, 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 blah. They don't buy any of our shit. He has had the same fucking message for as long as I can remember. I don't believe Bill Clinton has that.
Yeah.
There's no consistency. He'll do whatever. I mean, Bill Clinton signed off on Dodd-Frank. Signed off on what was that fucking weirdo's name? He was a congressman. It was the thing that got rid of the.
What, Dodd-Frank or something?
No. Dodd-Frank is. This was the Depression era thing that said a bank can't be an insurance company, and an insurance company can't be an investment bank, and an investment bank can't be a savings bank. And that was Glass-Steagall.
Okay.
And Bill Clinton signed off on it was Republican written. It was written by, what was that fucking goofy bastard? He was a Texan, and he was a congressperson. They wrote it, and he signed off on it. And it was he signed off on the fucking, Bill Clinton's the reason why there's so many fucking people in jail. You know, he signed off on this fucking, all this 3 strikes and you're out, and this heavy duty, crazy fucking laws that just, filled our prisons up with black people.
Yeah.
These are not democratic things.
Yeah.
These are not liberal things, that's for sure. But Bill Clinton was one hell of a politician.
Yeah.
And he's a smart dude, and I believe he's pretty happy. And I don't think they, I don't know. Do you think they? I
don't think they spend any time together.
She's fucking miserable because her life. There were going to be 2 retired presidents, and he's probably not happy about it because now he has he would have had at least 4, if not 8 years of going off and fucking anything that he wanted.
Right. Some more.
But then again, maybe he's not happy because maybe he's happier because now she's out of he would have been up and caught in the limelight. Look, Bill fucked another one. And I don't know whether he's out banging the girls down the street or anything. Bill's in his 70s and he doesn't look good.
No, he didn't hold it together.
But I think Bill's pretty happy. He became president of the United States, and his wife wanted it way more than he did.
Yeah.
And she didn't. And she's evil, and it's fucking great that she didn't. It's great. It's great seeing evil conquered. First by a black guy.
Yeah.
Which is wonderful because they put a lot of black people in prison. Well, the Clinton administration, and she had a lot to do with it. You know, the super predator shit.
Yeah.
And then by Trump. It's fucking fabulous. It's fabulous watching somebody like that lose. Because she didn't give a fuck about anybody. You know, and that's the difference between her and Bill. Bill actually cared. Bill cared about people.
Sure.
You know? Or at least when he met you. Like Patty.
Hillary's not remembering anybody's name.
No, and
ever,
doesn't give a fuck.
Ever.
And I'll tell you what. Now, my wife met Bill Clinton, and she said he's mesmerizing. And
Yeah.
he shakes your hand, and he looks at you, and he's paying attention, and he'll come back around and say, and Patty, I wanted to mention this to you. You know, I thought about this after what we just spoke about. You know, and that's the kind of guy Bill Clinton is.
Where did we've never heard this story. When did she bump into him?
Patty dated an older gentleman at some point, and I'm not going to go very far into this because I may get shot. Long before I was, and this guy was very politically connected. So
Oh, no shit.
they went to Democratic fundraisers and stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
And she met Bill Clinton at a fundraiser
Awesome.
while he was running for president for the first time.
Amazing.
So
Bubba.
the Bill he's got his faults, but Bill's not evil. I don't think.
No, I think he's the ultimate. Wet your finger, stick it, see which way the political wind is fucking going,
Like she's
and let's
fucking
do what we
evil.
can to stay in office.
And I believe that he knows she's evil. Like I think he knows that he needs her evil to get where he got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't know. What
I
are you
mean,
gonna do?
I've
been waiting for this. I want everybody, all three of you out there, not only just rent it, but buy it. The name of this thing is Free Solo, and it hasn't come out yet. And I pre-ordered. I've never pre-ordered anything because I'm going to pay for it. It's like $12.
Free Solo.
Free Solo, and it's the guy's name is Alex Honnold, Honnold, and he is a rock climber. And it's so inspirational to see people that do shit that they absolutely love to do. And this is coming out. It's a documentary about him free soloing a route up El Capitan in Yosemite. And I'm excited to see it. I love mountaineering, mountain climbing things because another one that if you haven't seen this, you absolutely have to see Meru. It's Meru, Meru, and it's about these guys that climbed. Meru is a mountain in, I believe it's India. And unlike Everest, where Everest is kind of like, I'm not going to say Everest is easy, but Everest is like all you get Sherpas to haul all your shit up. All the ropes are already fixed.
Right.
Meaning there's, you go to base camp and there's fucking 700 people there. It's still dangerous and people still die on Everest. And that's part of the problem, I believe, is they've kind of, but it's, it's kind of like been over commercialized in a sense. I mean, going to a mountain and it's you and what you can put on your back and fucking climb something is, it's just incredible what these guys did in Meru. And if you've seen Meru, but you have not seen, it's going to take me a second here. It's coming. I can feel it. It's coming along.
The Iger Sanction with Clint Eastwood.
No. That's a movie. This is called Touching the Void. Touching the Void is a movie, documentary movie, where two guys they were in South America. I don't know whether it's Chile or Argentina. They climbed a mountain. They were climbing a mountain. It became stormy. One guy fell. He broke his leg. So the other guy was like lowering him down the mountain. So he would lower him down, and then the guy would, because you got 150 feet of rope, so he would lower him down 150 feet, and then the guy would stop, and the other guy would come down to him, and then the guy he lowered him down over a fucking cliff. So, and I give a lot of credit to the guy. Not enough credit is given to the guy that was lowering him down, because he went over the cliff and the guy stayed with him, and he didn't know. He thought he was like dead or something. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He stayed in place for 24 hours. Imagine holding on to me, hanging off a cliff, not being able to see anything. Mm-hmm. And you're digging in with your feet and holding a fucking rope for 24 hours with this guy's weight on it. Mm-hmm. And he finally, he's like, he's got to be dead. And he cut the rope. And what else was he going to do? It's either just fucking like let yourself go and die with him.
Right.
The guy fell 150 feet into a crevasse, and this other guy got down the mountain, and they had brought along like a hiking bum. So they stayed in the camp that they were at, knowing that the guy was dead. Mm-hmm. And they stayed for like a week. And this guy managed to fucking crawl out of the crevasse and almost to where the camp was. Oh. Like they were hearing him. No, that's just the fucking wind. Mm-hmm. Like 4 or 5 days later.
Oh, man.
And it's like, the guy's name is Joe Simpson, the guy that got cut, and the other guy's name is Simon Yates. I can't believe I remembered that. And Simon Yates was the guy that had to cut the rope, and obviously felt bad that his friend was dead.
Yeah.
And the guy fucking crawled his way in, and he's like, Simon! And Simon's hearing his name going, it's fucking ghosts or something.
Yeah.
And it was him.
Crazy.
And it's incredible. Some of this shit's incredible. And you ask why they do it, and I get why they do it. I'm not doing it, but I get why they do it.
Yeah, I get it. I'm not doing it either. Yeah.
It's putting yourself, it's that old saying, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much fucking space.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because living on the edge is that fucking adrenaline rush you get. That's why people that get married, Bill Burr, the great Bill Burr, who's a comedian, has a good skit about, his mother says, what are you going to do? Tell jokes? Why don't you get married? And, yeah, that's what I'm going to do, Ma. I'm going to get married and move into a cul-de-sac and have a couple kids, and then I'm going to fucking kill myself. Because, that's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
But most people have raised children. Raising children is fucking boring. As somebody that I got divorced, and my wife, I live down here in Massachusetts, and my wife was from Montreal. So every other weekend I went up to Montreal. My daughter was 11 years old. And for 4 years I went up to Montreal every other weekend when she wasn't in school. She spent the summer down here with me. And I'll tell you, spending 2-3 days with an 11, 12, 13-year-old girl is really fucking boring.
Yeah.
And it's probably really boring for her. But I did it because that's what you're supposed to do. We literally would go and see 5 movies at the theater and then rent half a dozen others. We went to plays. We went to dinner. I brought her cousins up. Patty would go, but raising children is a lot of fucking boredom.
Yeah.
And that's why I can see, the housewife going crazy. Because, you're at... It's not hard, but it's monotonous.
Speaking of raising children, my kid called me about 3 minutes ago. Go like this. I mean...
Gene, I'm going to steal... No?
Exhale.
Are we back?
Yeah, just exhale.
So I'm going to steal...
Oh.
shit from the power line. Get near my house.
Oh.
And I have a new machine that has heat and lights,
Oh, cool.
air conditioning. It's unbelievable.
What is the new machine? Another excavator?
No, it's a track loader.
Oh, neat.
A little smaller than the other one, but it's a Caterpillar.
Oh, nice.
And
Adding to the fleet.
it weighs 1,000 pounds. Just something else to fix. And although it's a 2016, so I mean this is like owning something. My big excavator is a 1997.
Right.
So, which is now officially 22 years old.
Yeah.
The problem is you know what goes first? The fucking wiring goes first.
Right.
And that's a real problem because the excavator from 1997 has a shitload of electronics in it.
Right.
And, and it's got this fucking crazy LCD display.
Yeah.
And, when the wires start fucking rubbing against each other and wearing themselves out, or the various relays, and it's just it's a horror show.
So the truck is totaled, to answer your question. They haven't made an offer yet, but I know that I saw the appraiser's report, and there was $7,782 worth of...
Doesn't Anya work at the insurance company?
Well, she works at a insurance company, not the...
Oh, not the one that... Okay.
Yeah. She has one of those jobs for a nationwide insurance company, does all kinds of insurance of every type, and she works from home. Like, there's a local team, but they all work at home. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So, yeah, she doesn't work at Arbella anymore. She might still have Arbella. I have safety with Cat. So Evan's on my policy.
I think I have Arbella now.
Do you? They're not bad. Their service was always good. I never had a problem with Arbella. It's just the lady. I don't know. I'm on my wife's fucking insurance now.
Your car insurance?
Yeah, I mean, once you get married, you can be on the same insurance, and like her good friend is our agent, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I've had no problems with safety insurance since I've been on, and even they're handling this very well. Like
I've never even heard.
They sent me an email the day after I filed the claim and said there's a car waiting for you at Enterprise in Plymouth if you want it. Which I promptly went down because I gave Evan the truck and the fucking car I had been driving. Now Kat's driving.
So, how is your...
So he'll be getting an offer tomorrow for the truck from the company. Hold on.
He's got...
Hello.
Al is not paying attention to our show here.
I talked to him right before. I told him to call you. Yeah. Okay, he's in a real good mood. He had a positive experience. All right, I'll talk to you later. Yeah, so Evan just went on an audition for one of these singing competitions.
Yeah.
Like TV show type things. It's going to be
Where?
He went to Boston.
Oh, no
he
shit.
Answered an ad looking for people from 5 to 25 for a singing competition.
Well, that's pretty cool.
And they also kind of place people. It's a whole thing. And he had a really positive experience. He said, because as you know, Evan is a prodigy bass player. He's also a beautiful looking person.
He's a handsome person.
So he
Now-
can't sing that great, but he sings with gusto. I don't know if you at the party. Yeah, you saw the 2 numbers he sang, right?
Let me ask you something.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have to do this, and I'm playing devil's advocate. You're his dad.
Yeah.
Is he a prodigy bass player or is he a good bass player? Because I mean,
He's definitely a prodigy bass
you
player.
want to say that your son's a prodigy bass.
Joe,
prodigy.
look at
means,
me.
Prodigy is an incredible word.
He has more talent in his left pinky finger than I have in my entire drumming body.
Okay.
I worked every fucking bit to fucking be the fucking average player that I am. He is. There's nothing he can't play on bass. He can also read music.
I'm just at, you know,
yeah.
it's one of those things that I ask as a devil's advocate.
Yeah, but I have the authority to say that.
I know you're a musician.
I have the authority. It's
I
not
know.
just because I'm his dad.
I understand
How's
that.
this? My daughter
However,
is an
you
awful-
are his dad, and you certainly want to say that he. Look, everybody says that their kid. Everybody embellishes on their child. Probably least of all parents, you and me, because we try to be very fair.
Listen, I'm not bragging, but I got a hardworking, beautiful-looking, extremely talented musician son who also happens to be fucking crazy. And I have a daughter.
Oh, crazy.
I have a daughter who's not crazy, but who's a chronic worrier.
She is?
Yeah, who's just enough out of her mind that she's in 4 years, not 4 years from now, but from when she started to when it's over, is going to have a bachelor's and a fucking MBA.
I think
In
that's
4
incredible.
years, she did it. You know what I mean? She's winding down now,
And Patty's
taking bullshit classes.
Patty's niece did that too
Yeah.
at BU.
So I think when I do brag about my kids, I got the fucking backup for it.
No, and don't take this.
I don't really brag about them that much.
You know, don't take
Prodigy
it the
is
wrong
a
way.
fucking is a tough word. When
Prodigy
you say
is-
prodigy, that
prodigy
means
is like-
Mozart. I get it. He's
You
not
know,
Mozart.
He looked at the piano and
Yeah.
just went over and started playing the most incredible shit ever. Mozart was a prodigy.
Pretty much that's what happened with the bass and Evan. Yeah, he had a couple lessons. He didn't know about it naturally, but he had some lessons. And he stopped learning what he could learn from that guy in like a year.
So, and he went and this guy that was the teacher was a really good bass player too, right?
Yeah, it's Brian the guy who's the fucking music teacher at the elementary school, and he's the chorus director for the whole town elementary kids chorus, and he's a fantastic bass player. He's also like the hardest working gigging musician I know, which is kind of cool.
Does he make any money from?
Yeah, because
Tough to make any money, isn't it?
he works every weekend, and during the summer vacation, he works every day playing music, Sunday through Monday. I mean,
With
Sunday
just
through
one
Saturday.
band, or does he play with several different bands?
It's basically the same act. He has an act with a dude that's a duo. Sometimes they have a drummer. He plays stand-up bass, and then the other kid sings and plays acoustic. Sometimes they have the drummer show up. Sometimes it's him and not the drummer and the other guy and a chick, but it's the same core deal. You know what I mean?
Right.
But he's a master of booking too. I mean, they back it up. They're great and people like them, but they're not. It's not like they have a following. A Cat and I would go try to see him once a month, and I just don't go out anymore. You know what I mean? I'm all set with going out. So,
I don't go out much either.
plus I'm not on Facebook, so I don't know when and where they're playing. You know what I mean? I
guess
am
you have
permanently the fuck off Facebook.
You do have to have the...
And that sucks for music networking because it did work. Because when I was gigging, Facebook got people's asses to the shows. You know what I mean? It's a good for that. It's a really good tool for promoting your fucking band.
Yeah, I guess you really gotta... It's such a tough thing.
What's that?
Well, I've read about the, people doing the driving 850 miles in the van with no heat.
Yeah.
To play
For 20 people.
And
not get paid.
Yeah.
No, that's
not making gas money.
That's trying to do the original music thing. These guys play covers and they play classic rock covers, basically what people want to hear. Like they pull out fucking Men at Work, Laying Down Under. You know what I mean? Shit like that.
Even stand-up
Little
comedians.
Beatles. Yeah.
Like Dave Attell. He was on Joe Rogan. And it was him and what's the other guy? Jeff Ross. Jeff Ross, who does the roast. And, you think these guys have luxurious lives. These guys are on the road and they go to, Dave Attell is a, you got your, well, Bill Cosby is a bad example, but was used to be Bill Cosby before the raping came out. You got your Bill Cosbys, but then you have your Dave Attells, who Dave Attell is I've fallen as Dave Attell has a thing on called Road Work on Amazon Prime, and I've fallen asleep to that more times. I'll just put it on. It's fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
But he calls himself, he's a club comic.
Right.
So the deal is he's not on a private jet flying to, Minneapolis,
right,
stopping in at the fucking Laugh Factory. He's hopping around city to city out in the mid, there's like several circuits.
Sure.
And he's on one of them circuits, and he's traveling and staying in hotel rooms and, doing his show, and and there's a lot of people that's how they make their money. That's what they do. And he's no different, I guess, So until you're Jerry Seinfeld, like, I guess Jerry Seinfeld or Chris Rock, where you're doing stadiums or arenas, where you can hop on the private plane and fly to the next show and, or fly home and stay with your kids and then meet up with the tractor trailer crew when you get there. I mean, but that's very, like Bill Burr has just started to touch on, he's doing TD, the TD place, Boston Garden, whatever the fuck it is now.
Like how Dan Cook used to do it.
And so, but there's
Larry the
5
Cable
or
Guy.
6 guys doing that.
Artie was doing that for a little while.
Artie was, I don't know
well.
whether Artie was doing arenas, but Artie was doing things where he would go and make $50,000 in a night.
He made the last year he was on the Stern Show. He made $5 million in stand up. From the 12 months. He
that's
said
because
that in
he
his
was
book.
on the Stern Show.
No, and he admits that, but he still makes a good $1 or $2 million a year now. Fucking busted face and everything. I showed you this poor face the other day, right?
No, what happened? You got
Artie
beat
Lang.
up?
His fucking septum. Put in Artie Lang's in Google, and you'll see his fucking septum gave out because he was snorting heroin and something broke, and he snorted glass with it, and he's a fucking mess.
I feel so bad for that guy.
He was in court. before it happened. Look at all the this picture here. That's the one. That's the one from court. Right around Christmas.
Pig nose.
Not just pig. It's just. It looks like a fucking.
What is? He looks like he got punched in the face.
Yeah. It collapsed. His nose collapsed.
Why is he in court?
Violation of parole. Probation. Violation of probation. So now he's in heavy duty fucking report every day to treatment type of thing. He's not. If he fucks this up, he's going to jail. So he's got to report every day.
Which is that's fucking great. Put him in.
Yeah.
I fucking hate this legal system.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to do with the guy that is a serious addict? Like, this guy already has a serious problem.
Yeah.
Put him in jail.
Right.
You know, they talk about alcohol being a disease, but if you get caught drunk driving, you're the fucking public enemy number one.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's fucking, I hate this fucking criminal justice. And you know what, Melanie? Fuck you, Melanie, that got run over and took away my fucking right. Fuck you, Melanie's grandfather, who fucking went and got Melanie's law passed. So now they look back and broke every fucking deal they made with everybody that got a DUI 35 fucking years ago. Fuck you, Melanie. I hope you're in hell. Fucking cunt. I am so tired of this legal. Why would you put Artie Lang in jail?
I know.
The guy's obviously he's mentally ill.
Yeah,
he's
right.
fucked.
Yeah.
Like the only thing putting him in jail is going to do. And you know what? It won't even do that because they can get drugs in jail. You know, and I was talking to the guys I got working here because both of them spent 90 days in the fucking cage over here.
Right.
Do you know how many people kill themselves in there that you never hear about?
A lot.
Fucking like, both of them were in for 90 days and not the same 90 days. And both of them, there were 4 people that killed. I never heard. I never heard.
No, they don't. If it's not a famous person, you're never going to hear.
People kill themselves in jail.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking jail. People that are sentenced for like 30 fucking days kill themselves so that some jailer cocksucker can make some fucking money. And I'm not talking about private prison. I'm talking about like the sheriff of this Plymouth County, this fucking cunt, fat fucking loser cocksucker. And the
sheriff's
pigs.
an elected office here, by the way.
It's, and the fucking
he's
pigs.
a politician. He was a former district attorney.
The fucking pigs that I hate. I fucking hope every cop dies. Every cop gets shot in the fucking face.
Right.
Actually, no. I hope every cop gets shot in the fucking dick and blows their cock right off. And they can be the cockless cop for the rest of their lives.
The cockless core.
Old cockless cop is coming again. I hate him. I hate this whole fucking system. Because it's everything is about, let's put him in jail. Let's fucking charge him with something. Let's take somebody's life that's horrible and make it worse.
Right.
And then expect them to be all much, when they get out, they're going to be all better.
Right.
Let's take somebody's license away and then make it so fucking difficult to get it back that they can't work ever. Meanwhile, there's people driving around statistically 10 times more dangerous than if they were drunk, like fucking eating a sandwich and reading and, fuck. Here's the quintessential thing. Here's the quintessential thing I'm going to say about the drunk driving. So, if you get your second drunk driving thing, right? When you get your license back for 5 years, you have to have this fucking thing in your car that you blow into, okay? And it's not like you just blow into it to start the car and then, go off and drive. The thing beeps at you. So you could be in like serious heavy traffic.
Yeah.
And you got to blow into this fucking thing within 15 seconds or
It'll shut down.
It shut the car down, and it says that,
and then it notifies the
complying.
and it,
So you're fucking distracted trying to blow into this fucking thing. Meanwhile, there's some cunt that's probably related to the pigs or the fucking sheriff cunt who owns this fucking company that puts the thing in and charges you a monthly fee
right.
to blow into this whore while you're more distracted while you're blowing into the thing than you ever were than when you were
drunk.
0.08.
Right.
So, fuck you. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. What's that? NWA did fuck the police?
Something like that.
Fuck the police. I'm going to get a big rock and put it out in front of my house. And I'm going to have it sandblasted in there that says, I can't say fuck the police, but I'm going to say police eat, and then I'm going to have a fucking cock-a-doodle-doo.
Right.
And a picture of a fucking cock
Right.
chicken over the word. It's going to be cock in bold letters, a doodle-doo.
Right.
You know what I mean? What are they going to do about that? Fucking pigs.
I mean, I went on a similar rant recently.
I fucking hate them. I hate them.
Yeah,
I
I'm not a fan
fucking
either.
hate the police.
I'm not a fan either, man. No one ever became a cop for altruistic reasons. You know what I mean?
People that become cops are,
Trump
one,
feeding
either
board.
too stupid to do anything else
Yeah.
because you're a fucking moron,
Yeah.
or you just want to fucking screw with people because you're a cunt.
Yeah, you're a cunt. Right.
And they can't get killed fast enough. But they don't die because they're not even in the top 10 most dangerous jobs.
No.
That's the problem with the police. It's not even fucking that dangerous being a cop. And well, they're the first responders. Well, no, the person that actually called you was the first responder.
Right.
And then the only person that actually does something is the guy in the ambulance, which gets paid a fucking third of what these cocksuckers do.
Right, if they're lucky.
Hey, you want to call the police? Call them up, say, fuck you.
No.
Why not? Get them right on the show.
Yeah, no, that's traceable.
It's okay.
Actually, you were doing something like that at one
No, I
point when
shouldn't.
someone was here. I forget who was here. It was funny as fuck.
Was I calling them up? Because
Oh, you called the Bourne Barracks. Yeah.
Oh, the state
When the
police.
state police, when the news broke that, shockingly,
they were making up their overtime
yeah,
slips.
yeah, making up their
Is that
overtime.
the deal?
Yeah, fabricating their overtime slips.
Yeah, what a bunch of fucking winners.
Yeah.
That's the Massachusetts State Police. If any of you will listen, Massachusetts State Police,
Mm-hmm.
you can't fucking die fast enough, you fucking scum.
Right.
They're horrible.
They are horrible.
They're
man.
they're just the biggest pack of fucking scum ever. That whole organization needs to be torn down to the fucking right down to the bare bones, to the foundation, and rebuilt. And you know what the great thing is? It's the Massachusetts Highway Patrol. Let's
Yeah,
face
well,
it.
that's what they are. Yeah.
They're a fucking joke. So when the driverless cars come in, are you listening, overpaid assholes that might be like 30? Your fucking job is going to end.
Right.
And that'll be great. Well, yeah, but I work, Although they'll still they'll give some fucking 40-year-old a pension for the rest of his life.
Right. Oh, yeah. You can go work and still have time to earn another pension. Actually, no guys like that anyway. There was a Finnish carpenter I worked with years ago. He had a pension from the Army. Oh, and then a pension from the Union. Oh, he had a pension from the Army.
Who's this now?
This is a guy named Don who used to be old Bob Burpee's Finnish carpenter. He had a pension from the Army. His job was, working a bulldozer in Vietnam. That was his
Burying
gig.
the bodies.
That's anything that you needed a bulldozer for, he was operating it.
Burying the fucking the villages that they shot up.
And then he worked up at the Quincy shipyard also, and he got out of that, and he
Well,
was doing finished carpentry in his 50s.
Now, did he get a pension out of the shipyard?
Yeah.
No, that's hard work.
Yeah.
Shipyards. Well, then again, maybe he's running a fucking, the old propeller shaft lathe.
No,
He can read a paper.
literally running a fucking rivet gun or a ratchet gun, whatever you call it.
Yeah, the guy's out welding all day. Yeah. Oh, God. Talk
Yeah, I
about
don't think he
wanting
was
to kill yourself.
he used to put a lot of nuts on a lot of bolts. That was his thing.
On ships? Well, I guess
Yeah.
they use them. There used to be a lot of rivets on ships.
Yeah.
But then they discovered welding, and now they do welding. And I believe, like, when they build skyscrapers, they used to have the rivet guys, and they used to, they'd have a fucking, they were hot rivets. They were red hot, and then they'd fucking, but they don't do that anymore. It's all nuts and bolts.
Right.
So, I don't know. I don't know whether one is better than the other, or whether it matters.
Imagine those guys working on them skyscrapers, man.
No.
Holy shit.
You can give them the money. Give them the fucking money way more than you give the fucking cops.
We used a drone to go up on the top of a 7-story building to look at something on the roof that needed to be painted because none of us wanted to walk out onto it. And it's a perfectly okay flat fucking rubber roof. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm not going to fuck up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was only 7 stories, which is how high my dorm was at UMass, I wasn't looking to fucking be on the roof there either, but I'm saying 7 stories to me now is like...
You're not doing it?
I'm not doing it.
I don't blame
These guys are going to be painting the soffit on this building off of fucking boom trucks. The fucking... the boom lift, the man lift. And there's no way.
Although they're pretty safe now. They barely tip over anymore.
Yeah, you hardly ever hear about one tipping over. You know what I mean?
I guess they got them all figured out, so the thing knows where it. They can't override the thing, so the thing just goes fucking crashing down anymore.
No. You can't get it at that angle. So it's properly fucking counterweighted and all that. You know what I mean?
Well,
and it's fully operable from up there. So a lot of the times, these guys are like, even if they're only 50 or 60 feet up, they bring something to piss in. You know what I mean? They don't even come down to piss. You just go up there.
Well, when
you
say only 50 or 60 feet, 30 feet is fucking horrendously high.
Yeah, if you're at the tip of a 40-foot ladder, the highest working height, the highest working height off that is 32 feet. So I've been on the end of 40-foot ladders a lot. So I've never really been higher than 32 feet. And I'm telling you right now,
60 feet is crazy high.
32 feet is fucking high enough.
It's leg shaking high.
32 feet?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. How about fucking the 40 is on the building with a ladder jack plank, wooden plank over to the fucking roof bracket on another plank, and then the fucking 16-footer on the plank on top of the... I've done that. Ugh. So that's only a fully extended 16 is about 11 feet away. 11. Yeah, so I've been a little over 40 a couple times, and I hated it. I don't even want to be on a 20-foot ladder now, Joe. I don't want to be 15 feet in the air. I don't want to do anything. You know what I mean? I'm all set.
Ground's good.
I'm never going to have to climb a ladder again.
Well, you were telling me the boss has this man lift company that rents shit to his company.
Yeah, his and other companies.
Which is not a bad...
It's a pretty good business model.
I'll tell you what, I keep thinking of this. I was talking to this guy I bought this machine from. And they rent this machine out, and they get $600 a week.
Yeah.
So it's a $60,000 machine. So what's that? 100 weeks? 2 years? And you got to maintain it. Am I doing that math right? $600 a week?
$600 a week.
What's 600 times 100?
It's 30 grand. Oh, but times 100 is
60,000.
Yeah, so 30 grand is a year.
So you buy the thing for 60 grand, and they use it for 2 years, and actually it's rented by the month. It's like 20.
Well, you can rent them by the month, the week, or the day.
Right. So you rent the fuckers out. Now, if the guy... There's a certain expectation of wear, you know. So if the guy rents something in a day and the track's falling off, then you can kind of... I don't know what you do. Because the guy can go, I don't know what happened.
Right.
Like, I rented one of those... Maybe that's just that's the downside of it. Like, you get some asshole. But the idea is rent it to somebody. Like, I bought this machine from a company in Missouri, and I paid sales tax to Massachusetts for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if there's any tax people listening. And they rent them. Brand new machine. They lease them. They rent them, lease them.
Right.
And then, but they put them up for sale, too. And they say, oh, well, here's a machine for so many hours, and you can get it for this much money. So I think they make a fucking killing. It's a 2016 machine. It's 2019. Good to probably, it's been out there. They probably made their money back on the machine and then turned around and sold it. They put a set of tracks on it because 900 hours on a machine. Jesus. You know something? My ASV track loader, I bought with 1,100 hours in 2007. It's got 2,400 and something hours on it in 2019. Now, I'm not a good example because somebody could probably put 500-600 hours a year on a machine like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they do a lot of sitting.
Right.
So, well, maybe they don't. That would be a lot of hours. 40 hours a week. What's a year's worth of 40 hours? 2,000 hours?
Yeah.
I don't know if you could run a machine 40 hours. I guess maybe you could. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to get into that business, but there was a guy in... Chris Bally used to rent shit from him. Country Rentals over in a couple towns over Hanson, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he did quite well. I had bobcats and chippers, wood chippers and shit. Wood chippers are tough because, you know, you get it back and somebody's
wife is in there.
Yeah, wife or fucking, you know, they were trying to get rid of fucking couple of grills. You know, shit like
yard debris.
You know, an old lawnmower. I don't know.
That reminds me. A couple weeks ago, something fucking animal, I don't know how it happened, tore into our trash, and trash is all over the fucking yard. And I had finally started picking some up, and I said, I'm going to do this Saturday. I'm going to pick everything up, all this fucking trash in this yard. Well, the landlord came by and did it the other day, so that was good. I got out of that.
Really? Yeah. Like all your construction debris?
No. The construction debris is all on the upper porch. I'll be getting rid of that around the 1 year anniversary of the construction debris being put there by me. But I had thrown out some kitchen chairs, and they were in the yard, and you know, some other, I just throw shit out the window. Like I just had a fire in the toaster.
Well, how else are you gonna get shit?
I had
the first floor?
Fire in the toaster one night. I just threw that out the window right there. It's the same window that the fridge went out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, all that shit was gone. They had cleaned it all up. I was like, oh, all right. Well, I'm the world's worst tenant.
No, you're not. You're good.
Oh, I'm awful.
Because you fix shit up too. So
I do not really fix
it
up. And I don't.
Are we done with show 97?
Yeah, why not, man?
Show 97.
Show 97 is in the books. So we'll see you next time, and then we'll be taking another short hiatus.
Yeah, but only
for health
I'm gonna
reasons.
see if I can get back Wednesday, because I don't want to miss. We're gonna try a Skype too. Let's try a Skype.
I have to have that all set for my brother too. So I got to figure that. The internet down here sometimes is funky though. You know what I mean? Like the fucking show wouldn't upload 2 shows ago. I don't because of the internet.
No, I think
The
that was
Skype-
you. There was something fucked up with that show because I had to turn it into an MP3 again.
It's happened before.
I believe
I do
you.
the same. I do the same
Look,
thing
I
every
don't know
time.
what's going on.
Sometimes
I have
it gets
two fucking most homes have one internet modem.
Yeah.
I have 2, and it's still fucked up.
Look, no biggie. I will get Dave on Skype, probably on this machine. I wanted to get the other machine, but my wife uses the other machine.
Oh, Pinky.
Yeah, my wife uses my fucking. This is hers. She uses mine for
Well, that machine's
school
working
every
pretty
night.
good, isn't it?
Yeah, but I can't have Skype on the same machine that the show's being recorded on. Just I'm not going to do that. This is a dedicated. It's dedicated.
But now that's working properly now.
Yeah, because we don't move it. It never moves.
Because before wasn't there something fucked up about that you hated? But now it's working.
Yeah, I don't remember what it is. It's fine. It works fine. I just have to go. I guess got to get a mouse. Yeah, we got to not move it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's got that fucking cord too. All right, Al.
All right, that's it, Joe. Have a good weekend, baby. And you too. All right, bye. Good night, Waterbury.
Yeah.